what's up, guys? We're back with another video. For the guys that stuck around and watched the whole first video, I appreciate you. The guys who didn't, you might want to go back and kind of watch the end of that first video to kind of see where I was going, because I guess you guys think I really got a divorce, but I didn't, you know? So I'm not going to tell you everything, but just go back and watch that video and tell me what you think before you watch this video. So, secondly, guys, this video is coming about because I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. You guys already know, majority of you guys who commented already know what I'm doing, okay? I am searching for love again, all right? Remember, guys, what I told you a couple videos ago is buying a Harley, one of these expensive bikes, whether it's a Harley or whether it's an Indian, it's an expensive bike, and it's like a marriage. Because, listen, you're dealing with something that you're going to have for a while. Something that's going to probably take up a little bit of your time. And something that, you know, you're going to enjoy. And it's just like a prize to you. You know, it's just something that, you know, is something that you're pretty much going to be in love with. Whether you believe it and look at it that way or not, we all love our bikes, man. We don't want anything to happen to them. We don't want them to scratch. We don't want to abuse them. We want because they signify us in a way. So, I am in the middle of, I'm dating, we'll call it that. I'm looking at other bikes. I've done a couple test rides. I've sat on a few bikes. And I'm just pretty much ready to jump back out there. Now, there's reasons why I got rid of my bike. I don't know if you guys know or not, but maybe later on I'll tell you everything specifically on why I got rid of my bike. I guess I kind of told you guys that, you know, we kind of grew apart, but there was a little more to it than just that story. Now, I was talking with a guy, and he basically asked me, hey, how do you buy these motorcycles, man? Like, how do you get these good deals on bikes? Can you show me, can you tell me what to do? So at this point, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just make a video, because it might be more than one person, you know, kind of looking at it that way. And plus, I'm already in the middle of doing it myself, so let me try and reach out to everybody, and maybe you get a tip out of this. Now, not to brag or boast or anything like that, but I've probably bought over 20 bikes in my time of riding. I would buy the bike, I would ride the bike. If I didn't like it, I would sell it eventually, or, you know, just turn around and flip these bikes immediately. So, I bought bikes new before. I bought a couple of bikes brand new. Now, when you go to a dealership, there's different kind of guys that go to the dealership, man. I mean, some guys are hagglers, and some guys will just pay whatever the price is. That's kind of pretty much like up to you on how you do it. I myself am a little bit of a haggler. And I'm down in South Florida, where I think the bike market is, sometimes it can be kind of high. You know, you get, you go to a dealer, you see what the cost price is, or I mean, not the cost price, but you see what the dealer's prices are online, and then you go to a dealership, and of course the price is ballooned a little bit, so now you got a decision to make. So let me tell you this. In the very beginning, this is how I pick bikes, and this is how I go about it. You want to already know what bike you want, and you already want to know what you want to pay for the bike. The next thing after that is to go get your own financing. 9 times out of 10, remember, these are leisurely items, so the interest rate might be a little higher just because of the risk with the loans. So if that's your case, you can go to your bank, you know, you've been dealing with them for a long time, and pretty much try and get your own financing. You want your interest rate as low as possible. So, guys, if you have a decent to mid to decent credit score, you can kind of like get away with a okay or decent interest rate. If your interest rate is going to be high, that's because you got, you know, a little bit of the bad side of credit. Not to say that that stops you, but you just got to watch out what the end of the day financed price is going to be. So at the end of the 72 months or 84 months or whatever you pick, just see what the financing charge is going to be and see what the whole total amount of the bike that you're going to be paying. All right, so now that you got past that, you got your money together. You know what bike you want to get, so now you got to pick a dealership. Not all dealerships want to work with everyone. A lot of the times they will try and do this back and forth thing with you that takes hours. I personally hate it, okay? I hate going to the dealership and then I got to give you guys 3 hours of my time for you to give me what I'm trying to buy from you, because you're not selling it to me. I'm already here to buy it. So it's just like you're helping me with the paperwork at this point, right? When we get to the point where we're at a dealership, we're pretty much at who is going to give us the best deal. Now, if you got a trade-in, that plays a big part, because sometimes you might owe a little money. So the way motorcycles work usually, or even cars at some point, there's the first initial hit. And what I mean by hit is the depreciation value. So it's real quick. It might be the first 2 to 3 years is when it's going to do that big depreciation. But right after that, it kind of breaks itself even. All right. So what I did was I said, hey, I want to buy a bike. I have a trade-in. This is my bike, and this is what I'm looking at to buy. Out of these couple of bikes, at the end of the day, what can you make happen for me? Now, I said, hey, pay my bike off, and now we can really get into talking about how much I'm really going to have to finance, okay? So if you pay my bike off and we make a deal on both ends, we both win. That's just the way I look at it. Now, you saw in the last video, I took everything off my bike before I sold it to him. I left him the handlebars, but that was pretty much it. I took all my speakers out. I took my foot pegs. I took everything that the bike didn't come with, I took back. I left everything that the bike came with, but I gave him a few items because if I took them out, I couldn't replace them. And I don't like to do that. I mean, I want the next guy to be able to enjoy the bike. My bike only had 3,800 miles on it. And it's pretty much still in like excellent shape, and it's pretty much still a really clean bike. So I go in, I have everything ready. Now I have my bikes to choose from. I worked it out to the point where whichever bike I chose would be the same amount of money, and it'd be the same payment, and I could walk out of there with either bike. All right. And like I said, guys, I've been out and I've been test riding, and I've been feeling out these different bikes to kind of pretty much see what I want. I know what I want. I have found the bike I want, and it's going to be a surprise to you guys. A lot of guys think they know what bike I'm getting, and I'm not even going to tell you guys until I'll give it a couple of days. All right. There's going to be a video that comes out right after this, and that video, it'll be the grand reveal. I don't have the bike right now at this point, okay? But I do have a bike that I have my eye on, and I think it's going to be the one that's going to make me happy. So, after you get your financing, after you get your bike, after you get everything done, like I said, guys, there's the parts that you can take off the bike, you take them off the bike. If there's something that's going to just be something that's left out, now the next person won't have, you know, if like say speakers and the dashboard, or if you're taking those out, kind of try and replace them, man. You want to get as much for your bike as you possibly can, especially if they're paying your bike off. Now, if they don't pay your bike off and you have to put a little on the other side, which means you have to put a little bit of that, let's say they didn't pay $1,000 off, and you have to put that $1,000 to the next bike, you have to watch out on how they play that, okay, guys? You want to try and get that bike, that brand new bike that you're buying from the dealership as low as possible. What they won't tell you is they need used bikes. We're at a point right now where it's hard for them to get as many new bikes in, and it's a little harder to sell a brand new bike. And when I say that, take it this way. If I have a bike that I brought in on a trade and it's still in really good condition, of course they can't sell it for the brand new price, but they can discount it so the next guy coming in who doesn't want to pay the brand new price can still get a practically almost brand new bike for a lot cheaper. So he's going to go towards that bike rather than spend the extra $5,000 or $6,000 to get a new bike. That's just the way it works. That's what I've always seen, and I think that's pretty much how all the dealerships handle it. So if you got a good trade, take your bike, trade it in, and make sure you get what you want. If you have to walk away 2 or 3 times, do that. If you have to go to 2 or 3 different dealerships, please, guys, do that. Get what you want. Don't get what they give you, okay? So stick around for a few seconds. I'm going to show you a little clip. Alright guys, so tell me what you think. Do you know what I'm buying? Can you guess what I'm buying? It might not be a surprise to some, it might be a surprise to others. Tell me what you think. Drop your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. If you think you know what I'm getting, say it. Let's see what you got to say. Until the next time, I appreciate you guys for joining me. The next video is coming soon, so hit that notification button so you can figure out what I'm gonna get soon. All right, guys, peace.